So it's time for the start of 2025 and a market update for late January, early February. And you'll see in this video I've been back out on the forecourts, cheeky little visit to Loudham's up in Nottinghamshire, as well as doing a little look across what's for sale in the UK right now. So stick with us in this video and let's see what's happening in the world of motorhomes right now. So this is inside the Euro style T7052 DBL, currently at 69,995. This is a island bed and drop down bed above the lounge area. This is sitting on the older Citroen cab. So this is a 2024 model. It's the 2.2 manual. Very familiar cab for those who know the Fiat's, Peugeots, Citroens. You've got the captain's chairs and this nice cloth trim. I'm assuming the table will be popped back in here. You get a Thetford duplex oven. Nice little storage cupboard. Two burner grill. You've got fly screens and night screens. The old-fashioned pull down. You do get the Thetford 140 litre fridge. Then at the back you get this big double bed and really good storage underneath. Wardrobes to the back. Then there is a washroom across the middle, quite basic, but functional, with a shower on the opposite side. It's on the Truma Combi heating. Nice and light and bright in here. Very spacious feeling for a Euro van. Some good lockers above, somewhere for your TV. So reduced to 69,995 for this new Dethleffs island bed motorhome. Not a bad deal. About £4,500 off right now to get rid of this stock. So your travel seats and table is in the back here, but a really spacious garage. So stepping into this Malibu T500 QB, it's on the Fiat Ducato automatic, standard cab with captain's seats. This is a 2024 model at 107,995. Currently 10 grand off to shift this. Some nice overcab storage. Lockers. You get the blinds on the cab as well as curtains for warmth. This has got a turntable table in the dinette. So travel seats for 4. Get the Dometic two-way fridge and freezer, somewhere for your TV. Nice kitchen. Sink. 3 burners in the hob, and you get a little duplex from Thetford underneath. Coming back, you've got the island bed. It's quite a nice place to be. Plenty of space around the bed for getting ready. Nice little mirror above the headboard there. Plenty height for sitting. Mid washroom. Cupboards all round. And then your shower's in this corner here, which is very nice. Reversing camera on the top. So that's the Malibu T500 QB. So let's take a look at this Auto Trail Tracker EB. It's done 10,000 miles. It's on the semi-automatic. Let's take a look inside. Currently £7,000 off at 59,995. So this is on the older Fiat cab. I'll try and find out what year this is for you and drop it in. It's on the standard cloth and part leather seats. Option of the boom table or the standard table that goes in this space. The one thing you do get with these are the nice big sunroofs above. Lets in lots of light, and you get plenty of lockerage around the front of these, because this is the Highline cab. These Auto Trails are nice. We did like our Tracker. They come with nice features, you know, the night screens, the fly screens. You get a nice L-shaped kitchen, somewhere decent to put your TV. It is on the Truma heat in this, but you do get the Auto Trail panel. This one is the end bathroom with the French bed layout. But what you do get with that, you see, is plenty of cupboard space, wardrobes, and the drawers below, as well as a nice end bathroom, Thetford loo. You get a nice sink with no intrusion from the mirror, but you get a really big shower in these, really wide. So you get quite a nice little bathroom at the back. It does have a window, it's not frosted, so you do need to be mindful. You'll perhaps keep the fly screen down, or need to put the screen up if you're in here. But again, plenty of storage all round in this one. Get the tall Thetford fridge freezer. I think somebody's added TV on here. There's signs of a bracket, but again, lots of lockers around the bedroom area. So quite a good buy, really, this one, because you get a good Thetford double oven, grill, electric hot plate, and 3 gas hobs, as well as the good old Russell Hobbs microwave above. They do come well equipped, so this is quite a good used buy. So quite a nice 2021 Auto Trail Tracker there. So welcome back to the first market update for 2025, and I've taken a bit of time across late January and early February to have a little look at what is happening, how much stock is available, what new stock is coming through, and what discounts are available on some of the newer vehicles that are out there. And what I'm going to do for you in today's vlog is talk particularly about 2 or 3 manufacturers, the age of the vehicles that are for sale, and where the discounting is really hitting. So I want to look in particular at the number of vehicles that are sale from Adria, from Elddis and from Swift, and just give you a bit of a breakdown of what is new stock, what is stock kicking around from previous model years, and the sorts of money that can be off them depending which one you want to look for. So let's start with Adria. Now, in terms of the Adria motorhomes and campervans, there are currently around 315 new unregistered 2023 onwards stock available across all the dealers in the UK. Now, interestingly, about 285 of those are the new 2025 models. So a good proportion of them are the new stock. But that still leaves around 35 unregistered vehicles from the 23 and 24 model years that have got some discounting available on them. And some of that discounting, depending on which dealer you look at, can be quite substantial. Some dealers have had some of these kicking around for some time. Some of them have been on those forecourts for over a year when they were getting ready for the last season. So they are keen to move these on, and they're even more keen to move them on since Fiat have updated the Ducato cab. It makes the old ones suddenly look a little bit older than they really are. But that aside, if you can cope with having a slightly different shaped cab, fundamentally for what will be pretty much the same motorhome, because there's been no big shakes in the kit and style and design of the Adrias, then you could bag yourself a real discount here across the piece. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to pop in next for you just 3 or 4 examples of some of the discounts that are out there, and I have seen upwards of £14,000 off some of the 2024 models. So I'll pop them in, have a little look, and if you want to, I'll put the links to those dealer websites in the description down below at the end for you, and you can go and take a little look for yourself. Now, I think it's also worth noting that across the piece there are about 352 2021 onwards, so with a few used motorhomes, there's quite a good supply of the Adrias coming through. But it's interesting that there's already 285 of them being delivered or due to be delivered into the dealers right now. So some good choice there if you're looking for an Adria right now. So let's move on to Elddis, and I'm really interested to see what we've got in that space, because Elddis are starting to look just a little bit old-fashioned, and I'm hoping that this year we'll get to October and the NEC show later in the year, and we might start to see a bit of a refresh with their vehicles, particularly as the new Peugeot cabs come through this year. But right now there are 300 2023 onwards new unregistered Elddis vehicles for sale, of which 231 of those are brand new for 2025. But that's still leaving around 69, 70 Elddis motorhomes that were built prior to this model year that are available in the dealer network. So it's worth paying attention to what you are buying and paying attention to when those vehicles were built, because some of them are starting to sit around for a long time. And I don't know if it's just me, but that makes me nervous. I'd be nervous about that if I was buying a car, let alone spending this sort of money on a motorhome to know it's just been sat for so long. So there are lots of discounts across 2024, so in the 24 plate, 74 plate models. There are some pre-registered ones coming through on the Elddis too, so it's worth looking out for those. They have been done, I think, in order to get them registered and sales marked off, but there are discounts on them. And I'm seeing a vast array of discounts, but there is something like upwards of £7,000 to £8,000 off some models right now. And again, I think I've picked out 4 or 5 examples for you here. So if you want to take a look at them, I'll insert them now as the next slides. And again, I'll put the links to the dealer websites in the description down below. And it's worth noting here that Elddis is still one of the few manufacturers that offer the dealer special as it once was. So places like Spinney offering their Vogue special editions and Brownhills offering their Evolution models, there are quite a few of those sitting on their forecourts. So do take a good look around, but again, like I've just said previously, keep an eye out for when they were manufactured and what their build dates really were. And you can often tell those by the slight change in the graphics and the decals. You certainly can with the Evolutions from Brownhills because they change the colour of the graphics on the side from year on year. So pay attention and you'll probably find that the biggest discounts are on those oldest models that have been sitting around. So let's move this on now and take a look at the offerings from Swift. Now, Swift really have continued at a high production rate. I think that's known within the industry that they haven't eased off on the production rate, so there's still quite a number of vehicles being churned out of their factory up in Hull. So I've spotted now that there are around 560 2023 onwards vehicles for sale, of which 456 are brand new 2025 models. Now there are something like almost 700 from 2024 onwards. So there's a lot of Swift product sitting with the dealers, and the burden of that is with the dealers by the way that Swift work. So there are some discounts and there are some bargains to be had, particularly on some of the older stock, because again, Swift, like all the manufacturers, are facing this issue that the Ducati, the Citroën, the Peugeot, they've had the updated cab for this model year. So any older stock is starting to look older. But there are discounts. I've seen things up to around £8,500 in discount across some models. So it is worth hunting them out, whether that's in a camper van, in a narrow-bodied compact, or whether you're looking at the full-blown coach-built motorhome. So again, I will stick a list of particular ones I've spotted and decent discounts in here now for you, so you can take a little look through. Again, I'll put the dealer links into the description down below. But I think Swift really need to look at their production rates, because if they continue at this production rate, the number of vehicles, the amount of stock is just going to start backing up even more. And I think that's hard, but they're going to have to adapt and flex, because there's not really any great change in design or product. Yeah, new graphics, yeah, a few new stickers, and we're bunging the new Ducato cab on the front. But there is some work I think Swift need to do to upgrade and improve the product all round. I think it's time for them to have a bit of a rethink and re-inject and reignite the model range that they have. Don't take away the Voyager from that. I think that's been quite a successful replacement for the Edge models. And I think it's working in the 5 Series as that standalone model on the Ford cab. But they certainly need to look at things like the Escape and the Contiki and what they are offering in terms of build quality, and also in terms of the design and the look and feel, because it's been around for a little while. And it's the same with the Caravans. There's nothing new, nothing revolutionary, just a few fabric trims and options and colours. I think Swift need to work harder before some of this starts backing up even more. Just my view, just an opinion. I don't know what you think. I don't know what your experience with Swift has been. We've got personal experience with both our Caravans that we've had, but also with the motorhome we've got now. And touch wood, we've had no real issue. I think we've been really fortunate that we've had no big snags. We've had no big problems that have had to go back for warranty work. We've been in pretty good order, and I know our dealer that we bought it from at the time was really meticulous about their PDI process and making sure everything was as perfect as it could be before handover. So a big shout out there to Don Amotts in how they prepped that vehicle and got it ready for us. But I'd be interested to know what your experience is too, because there's a lot for sale. Now, I have been asked about discounting on 2025 models, and I think the easiest way to address this is twofold. One, experience to date is that there is a little bit of room. I'm seeing in some dealers that there's a little bit of negotiation and a little bit of reduction in pricing, I think, to try and get you across the door and get you in. But what I also know from experience with a couple of friends, there are also some packages and almost offers that they're adding on to the motorhome to entice you into one of their 2025 models too. So that's one thing. Second thing is, I'm off to the NEC this week, so it's the NEC show, and I think it'll be interesting to see what the dealers and what the manufacturers are offering, and report back to you in our next video when I give you a little look at what I saw at the show at the NEC. So I will update you on what's happening with 2025 models once I know a little bit more. Once again, thank you for tuning in to the Two Guys, Two Dogs, Four Wheels. Please give us a like, and if you would want to, please give us a subscribe. It is helping our channel grow, and I can do more of these for you. Take care, and we'll see you soon.